Oula, oula là. Est-ce que c'est bon là? Je sais pas. Je sais pas de quel côté c'est. On va se dire que c'est plus par là. Ça a l'air bon. Alors, tac tac, ça c'est ok. Le jeu est bien revenu. On va pas attendre les 3 minutes. Hein. Je suis prêt direct, hein, je l'ai dit. Ok. Hop. Donc on est reparti hein, du coup pour la suite. Je vais juste approcher ça légèrement. Alors. Donc. On était arrivé au chapitre 3 sur le jeu. Désolé pour tout à l'heure la coupure, elle a été un peu violente, mais ce qui s'est passé c'est que la 4G a dit oui, on a commencé le stream à 12h30, on a fini à 18h, et à 17h59 la 4G elle a dit stop, je veux plus, donc elle m'a fait une petite déco. Donc désolé pour ceux qui n'ont pas entendu la fin où je disais ciao ciao, mais je disais rien de très très important à part ciao ciao. Et comme quoi je reprenais à 20h30 45 et il est 44, donc je suis dans les temps largement. Donc on va reprendre ça. On va juste se refaire un petit tour donc. Voilà, on est dézoomé au max. Donc on était parti de ce soir qu'on avait été au doc, puis la partie hôpital et on avait fait Whitechapel. Donc il y a encore les docks nord, les docks ouest, West End qu'on n'a pas vu, ainsi que cette zone. D'ailleurs il y a un événement, on ne sait pas du tout ce que c'est. Et voilà, on avait également up notre arme au level 3. Placer donc les spells. On avait également up les passifs au level 3, 4 et 3 ici, ce qui permettait de faire plus de dégâts. On avait découvert pas mal de, de petits documents et des enquêtes, des interactions hein, qu'on avait à droite à gauche qui sont plutôt sympathiques. Et là où ça avait beaucoup de changements, c'est donc ici, donc sur Whitechapel, on est plutôt bien. Au niveau des docks, on est stable, sachant qu'il va falloir aller voir un peu les PNJ pour les soigner, parce qu'on avait crafté des remèdes, hein, si je dis pas de bêtises. On va voir même d'ailleurs avant de repartir si on peut pas en crafter un peu plus. Par contre c'était la merde, c'était à Whitechapel vu que j'avais bouffé le jeune qui est donc voilà Harry Peterson qui malheureusement après ces moments de déprime m'avait forcé à le bouffer quoi. Il n'y avait pas d'autre solution. Donc on va se vérifier que on craft. Non, on n'a plus rien à faire hein. On peut refaire pour le rhume. Pour la bronchite, on n'a rien pour ça. On peut se faire une bronchite. Rhume, ok. Et là par contre il va nous manquer des tartrates ferreux et de diplochloride de sodium. Il va nous manquer. Donc les compos vertes. Il va nous manquer en masse. Hop. Je vais activer le son parce que du coup il y a Stivo qui sera peut-être en vocal. Je sais pas s'il va parler beaucoup, mais il est là. Donc... Hop là. Re-skip. Ah, Par contre, t'es peut-être un peu faible par rapport au son du jeu qui m'explose.
Ouais, je parle pas fort.
Ah, mais même. Ton son était bien pour quand on discute tout simplement, mais là, le son du jeu est assez fort dans mes oreilles. Donc, Et je suis level 11! Et ça, c'est beau!
Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak, but I have something important to tell you.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
Ben, j'ai analysé le sang.
I've just looked at the blood of one of our recently deceased.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
Yes. Unlike the flu, the infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine, Jonathan, like Pasteur? By the stove, that would be smashing.
There's a lot we're not seeing here. But it is spreading, and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear boy. With your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
Voilà, j'en étais sûr. Je préfère de l'ombre mon royaume.
But the risk of infection using vampire blood could compound the situation.
I know, but your blood now carries remarkable regenerative properties. With our minds and your blood, there's nothing we couldn't cure.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
My sister?
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
Ah, il faut pas oublier que c'est moi qui l'ai bouffé. Ah, mais j'ai de quoi refaire un... Voilà, très bien ça. Il n'y a pas des compos là, non, qui traînent. Je vais aller en bas avant de partir. avoir moyen de faire
It's locked, all right.
des vaccins, enfin des remèdes.
Fear and disgust on every street corner.
Good evening, sir. Can I
Il
help?
a toujours mal au
Unless you're
bras.
here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reid. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Ah bah t'es en bonne santé donc pour le coup
Goodbye for now. Mr. Elwood.
tu m'intéresses pas trop toi.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reid, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
Liars and thieves, every last one of them.
Ok, il va pas avoir de...
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
Ah, la vieille peau.
I'm in pain. I need my medication.
Ah mais toi t'es bien hein, de toute façon. Ce qui m'intéresse, ça va être Clay et Oswald ici. Lui, il va mieux?
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Ok, toi tu vas bien mieux du coup.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to
J'aurais pu
contact
lui
me
demander
if
pour
you
sa
need
gorge.
any help.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
Ah! Là t'as le taxe du blé. Ah!
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reid. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Ah bah ouais, si j'ai pas ma part, t'en fais pas que...
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes. Thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
Ok, donc t'as du pognon.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Good evening, sir.
Donc toi, ta gorge...
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
Ouais, il revient avec son je veux pas parler. Super.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Je me sens mieux, perdez pas votre temps avec moi. Alors qu'il y a 2 secondes... Ah, je souffre. Quel con celui-là. On a tout fait. On va pouvoir aller refaire des... Ça c'est où l'entrée?
I will not let you down, my boy.
Inconnu. Je lui parle, allez.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reid has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
Et Vampyr.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reid. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Bon, ça c'est vachement sympa.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office down again.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Non, c'est la sortie, faut que j'aille là-haut. Il y a elle qui est chelou. Allez, faut que je lui parle.
I'm Dr. Reid, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, What are you?
Well, Dr. Reid, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Ah! Ah, ça c'est intéressant.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades.
Alors ça c'est la
I
vieillesse.
sense the last pulse of pustulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
Calme-toi, calme-toi.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Elle se vénère d'un coup.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Time has lost its effect on me.
Maintenant on sait qui elle est. Du coup, craft. C'est bon, on est tout.
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what
Du coup,
happened
est-ce
to
que...
us.
Ah oui, mais je peux carrément... Je peux ne plus m'embêter à traverser l'hôpital. Ça, c'est une bonne chose. Par contre, je cherche...
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
Ouais, ok, jusqu'à présent je m'embête à faire tout le tour alors que j'ai pas besoin. Il est où celui qui... Elle, on va la laisser tranquille. Ah, Pipa, reviens là, toi. Toi, t'arnaques les gens.
Good evening, Dr. Reid.
Ah merde. J'avais pas un truc... On coupe... Voilà. Ça, comment je peux lui envoyer dessus? Comme quoi elle fait payer les gens. Là, je peux pas, en fait, ça augmente juste la qualité de son sang, en fait.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Ah, ça marche, Kun. Il est où, ce con? Encore un inconnu. Ouais, 2 inconnus, 2 médecins connus. Ah, il est là. Mec, je sais pas si t'as vu, mais t'as un peu mal.
Hey, Doc.
T'as une anémie. Tu le sais pas encore, mais...
You're lucky to be alive, Mr. Cox. I hope you're starting to take better care of yourself.
This place is full of sickness and decay. How could I get better in such a dump?
Consider yourself lucky that I'm treating all of my patients equally. But don't push your luck.
Don't play the innocent with me. I'm sure you have good reasons to act this way.
Non,
And
rien.
also weaknesses that can be exploited.
Ouais, la TV, le truc rare où tu payes en plus sur tes impôts. J'avoue que je regarde rarement, mais ça veut pas dire qu'il y a de mauvaises choses.
Do you ever think about that poor fellow I saw you push in the water?
The wound he gave me will make sure I don't forget him. Still fucking hurts. Boss had cut me good.
That man was determined to murder you.
Ouais,
You
vachement.
almost died.
What a surprise. The first time I met him, he nearly shit himself. Fucking coward. I guess revenge gives you balls.
Ok.
What did he want? Revenge?
I recently had to kill his brother.
Quoi?
Poor
Qu'est-ce qu'il dit?
arsehole thought it would be easy to return the favour.
Only the strongest survive, then? Survival at all costs. Is that all you think about?
I'm the toughest bastard you'll ever meet, Dr. Reid. And I don't give a fuck what you think of me.
Bon, en tout cas, le principal, c'est qu'il récupère. Même si c'est un connard.
How long do you think you can escape the law, Clay?
I know this city like the back of my hand, Doc. I know its streets, who to pay, who to avoid, and who to bully. I won't get caught.
We can't escape the
Ça marche, Kun.
consequences of our actions. The past catches up with us in the end.
I ain't afraid of death. I don't hide who I am. I live my life honestly, which is more than I could say for most folks.
And who are you, then?
I'm the leader of the Wet Boot Boys. One day, I'll leave this shitty place and punch in the face all who thought I would not come back.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
Alors, donc lui, il est guéri. Enfin, il est en cours de guérison. Et celui qui nous manque, du coup, c'est Oswald. Mais où est-ce qu'il se trouve, ce con? Il est où? sais pas ce que c'est ce truc là, il m'empêche de regarder. Un événement. Ok. Je sais pas où est-ce qu'il se trouve Oswald. Je me demande si c'est pas le mec qui était dans les égouts. De toute façon, ah oui, non, c'est cimetière de Stonebridge. Ok, c'est là-bas. Mais non, mais en plus, les égouts, c'était... C'était... Ah non, c'était là, en fait. Et je prends par là. Oui, c'est ça. Je prends tout droit. C'était là quelque part où il fallait descendre. Un inconnu.
It's locked, all right.
Oh! Ah l'enfoiré! Ah bah il est là. Salut mec, c'est toi que je suis venu guérir.
Hello again, Mr. Thatcher. Do you feel any better now?
Yes, this neighborhood may stink of dog shit and reek of piss, but to me it smells like the purest mountain air.
Ah! Et oui, donc j'ai pas de traitement pour la tête.
Goodbye, Mr. Thatcher.
Il faut que je trouve le remède pour
Try to
ça.
take care of yourself.
Allez, coucou toi.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid of the Pembroke Hospital. May I be of assistance?
Dr. Reid. So it's you who saved my friend Oswald. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
And you are?
Newton Blight. Oswald and I recently returned from the war.
You are always welcome at the Pembroke Hospital. As a former officer, I'll be honored to welcome a fellow veteran.
I'm not giving up on bringing Oswald back to the hospital. I just need to convince him that he needs some help.
Perhaps he needs to reach that decision by himself.
Could you speak to him? He doesn't usually listen to doctors, but perhaps because you've been through it, you can talk him round.
Why do you stay here now that Mr. Thatcher's back?
It's complicated. Since the war, Oswald's been really nervous with the idea of entering any hospital. And me.
Ouais, encore des mecs qui sont cagneux, quoi.
Rats, sir. Even seeing one, they turn me. Just want to run. It's that fear that stopped me from going after Oswald when he left.
What can you tell me about the war, Mr. Blight? If you want to speak about it, of course.
War was... Well, you know, sir. The stench of death everywhere. Your mates lying bleeding in the mud. Just praying to make it through and get home. Bloody nightmare.
I fought in France, too. I served as a field surgeon, but it was not uncommon to repel an assault, especially at night.
Yeah. The first time I was wounded, I had to protect the infirmary from hostiles. Twice.
Ah oui. De toute façon, niveau toi, t'es en bonne santé, hein.
Did you know Oswald Thatcher before the war?
No. We met in the battlefield. I think we're in the same boat to France. We've stuck together ever since.
What caused your phobia of rats, Newton?
It happened last year following an artillery attack. I was trapped for 2 days in a hole under 2 dead soldiers. And there were rats.
Go on.
They started eating me as soon as I dozed. Gnawing at my ears. My fingers. Lips. Couldn't move. Couldn't call for help.
I see.
No, you don't. You have no idea what it is to wake up buried under bodies. Fucking vermin eating your
Ah bah
flesh.
si.
Oswald.
C'est exactement ce qui m'est arrivé, donc.
He found me and saved me.
Goodbye, Mr. Blight. Take care of yourself.
Ok, donc on a rencontré une personne de plus. Oui, non, mais ça c'est Oswald qui a mal à la tête, mais j'ai pas le... Dès que j'ai des remèdes, je lui enfilerai. Donc je fais demi-tour. Je tourne à l'hôpital et je fais là-bas. Il doit y avoir un trigger devant l'hôpital pour charger les éléments de l'hôpital en fait. Qui est assez dégueu. Non, ça doit être une impasse. Et techniquement, c'est ici que je tourne. Voilà, Blackwall. Je sais pas manger des rats. Ok, il y a des gardes. Alors, est-ce que je peux esquiver les gardes? Alors, je dois aller de l'autre côté du pont. On va en profiter, hein. Mais oui, complètement. Ok, donc là, techniquement... Ah, il y a un mec. Il y a un mec... Et j'ai pas de solution... autre que de lui tomber dessus.
Over there! There's one of them! Ah!
Ouais, bah j'avais pas d'autre solution. Il n'y avait pas du pognon sur lui? Il y a des concours. Eh, moment triste.
I don't know if I have the strength.
Déjà, paye la tête du cimetière, quoi. Les tombes s'entassent et tout, quoi. Ah.
What do you want? Somebody help!
Attends, t'inquiète, t'inquiète.
What do you want?
Voilà. Allez, madame. T'es sauvée.
Are you all right, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to kill me. Why?
They've lost their minds in the epidemic. They won't come back for now.
You seem to know a lot about them, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. I'm investigating this disease.
I am Xiaoxun. Thank you so much for helping me, Mr. Reid. I must go to the cemetery now. Goodbye.
Ça marche, on va au cimetière. Niveau de la santé, t'es en pleine forme, très bien. C'est moi où il y avait un... Il y a un putain de zombie. Ah, attends, il y en a... Un 14, 14, 14, ouais. Merci. Ah, il y en a un qui traîne là. Et du coup, même aller au cimetière, c'est pas safe en fait. Mais c'est méga pas safe. Ah. L'avantage c'est que ça fait des compos. Ok, mais c'est par où que je dois aller en fait? Ah, mais en fait je suis pas du tout au bon endroit. Donc là je vais tout droit et dès que je suis en bas au rond, aux espèces de rond là. Alors ça doit être ça. Je prends par là. Ah non, c'est pas encore là. Ok, c'est là le rond. Et donc là je prends par ici. C'est ça.
Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Et le mec, comme ça. Je tiens Blue. Ah ouais, ok, il s'en va à ça le coup en fait.
My Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place.
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
La main de la meuf. Eh ouais, c'est toi qui l'as tué.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? If I could only change one thing. One thing.
Il y a personne qui s'inquiète de ses yeux, quoi.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
She was a good person. Vibrant, full of life. She was kindness incarnate, my Mary.
You're a good person, Jonathan. And a young echo. A newborn cast into the night without so much as a candle to guide your way.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
How is it possible? Tell me. Is it so easy to take a life every night, and then just smile and nod at those you spared?
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You've felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
En fait, je la trouve cool et je la suis un peu dans ses idées, mais je suis sûr que c'est une arnaqueuse. Il y a un truc avec elle.
I've stared upon this world for centuries, and time has taught me to deal with guilt, if not erase it.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
J'aurais peut-être dû lui dire que j'étais pas un homme de foi, voir ce que ça aurait changé. Et du coup, on retourne à Whitechapel, ce qui est une bonne chose parce qu'on va pouvoir les sauver. Enfin, sauver. On va peut-être pouvoir filer un coup de main à Whitechapel. Il y a lui, on a le remède, lui, on a le remède, et lui, on a le remède. Donc, leur remettre un petit coup de santé aux trois sera pas une mauvaise chose. Alors, c'est plus par là. Ok. Des compos, on prend toujours. Toujours prendre les compos. Je sais pas s'il y a grand chose qu'on peut faire. On peut fabriquer ces trucs là, mais on en a déjà en masse. Je préfère garder les compos pour l'instant. Les garder pour dès qu'on a la recette du rhume. Enfin, pas du rhume, du mot de tête. Ah! Je pensais pas... Je pensais pas sauter là comme ça, mais bon.
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Ah, je m'attendais pas à ça.
Does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon?
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
These immortals try
là-bas, ils se tapent dessus.
with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
Là-bas, ils sont en train de se défoncer. Qu'est-ce qu'ils font? Ça va pas bien hein, dans leur tête. Bon, dans tous les cas, il faut que j'aille tout droit. Ouais, alors on va peut-être pas passer par là. Ouais. Ah. Wow.
This man stunned me with his faith. His crucifix. This is not good news.
Par contre, ok, le coup de griffe, ça m'a bouffé tout mon sang. Quoi?
Don't like that, do ya? He's mine! I'll take it! That leech is fast!
Aïe! Du coup, je suis passé comme il fallait, quoi. Ok, donc je fais toujours tout droit. Ok, et je reviens donc dans Whitechapel. Et c'est là où il faut que je soigne des gens. Genre lui déjà.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
Ah, c'est moi qui peux t'aider.
Do you need assistance?
That would be nice of you, Doctor. Who knows what I may have caught during my investigation.
If you persist in investigating the most pox-ridden boroughs of London, you must accept the risks.
Thank you, sir.
Have you any news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
It appears the dispensary is now a major source of contagion in Whitechapel. Someone should do something about it, but no one cares.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Ok. On en a guéri un. Tobias, il va bien. Elle va bien. Lewis, il va bien. Pas fou, à Whitechapel, il y en a un deuxième. Donc lui, il est en récupération. Il y en a même deux. Lui, il a un rhume et lui, il a une bronchite. Donc ces deux-là, ils sont où? C'est peut-être le truc chiant du jeu. C'est de devoir chercher où sont les gens. C'est parce qu'il doit y avoir un rat, ça. Du coup, c'est toujours fermé. Ah non, mais en fait, c'était bon. C'est juste que j'ai pas trouvé la sortie, mais... Là, tout à l'heure, j'ai été ici, 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 et voilà, c'est là. Voilà, lui. Il est où, papy? Il est dedans. Mais attends, mais... Et ils veulent me taper ou comment ça se passe? Je vois qu'il y a marqué résistance. Disparu. On va s'en occuper de cela. Wow! Lui, il pouvait se TP par contre. Je crains qu'elle ait mal fini, le là-haut. Ah ouais. Sûr, ça va bien? Quoi? Quoi? Comment c'est possible? Je veux bien croire qu'elle a fait une sorte de gaz, mais j'ai pas perdu de vie pendant le gaz. Oui, non, mais je parle là. Et du coup, ici, il me reste qui à soigner? Il me reste ces deux-là, hein. Faut vraiment que je les trouve. Donc elle, on sait pas où est-ce qu'elle est. Camélia veut toujours pas me parler, je pense. Peut-être dans l'église. Peut-être le déclencher de...
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
Ça, je le sens mal.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Je suis un vampire.
Priest, as you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl.
Je l'ai mordu. Je lui ai mis un coup là dans la nuque.
It was an accident. A terrible,
On va dire ça.
terrible accident.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
She died because of me. How do you think I feel?
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What would you like her to know?
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary. Forgive me.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
Ah bah c'était bien à leur époque. J'ai tué quelqu'un, je me sens mal. Ok. Bon bah c'est bon. Bonne journée.
Whatever happened on this dock is between my sister and I. It does not concern God at all.
You are blinded by your false faith, imprisoned by your daily routine, unable to see the true horror around you.
Oui, il est là-bas, le mec horrible. Nickel.
Good evening, Mr. Nethercott.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
Bouffe-les tous, ouais, c'est ça. Non, déjà, je veux te soigner, toi.
Medical attention, sir?
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something. I don't feel like I should.
I understand your appetite for words and macabre beauty, sir. But you should be more careful.
The nutrition of my mind is more important than my physical health. But I appreciate your concern, sir.
Have you recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
Not at all, sir.
Did you know the mute florist is a member of a secret society?
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this information, sir. For it only enriches the mystery surrounding the precious camellia.
I fear you are a hopeless romantic, Mr. Nethercott.
Guilty as charged, Dr. Reid.
Non, mais il y a la lumière, qu'est-ce que tu racontes, Lapinou? Attends. Je vais la changer, c'est parce que là elle est jaune. Je vais la changer de couleur. Hop, hop, hop. Bon, après je peux pas faire mieux. Elle est là, hein, la lumière. Et elle est au max. Mais après, il y a une chose qui s'appelle la nuit. Oui, oui, dehors, c'est la nuit.
Are you not curious? Is there not more you wish to know?
That girl has not an ounce of malice in her. Whatever she may be hiding, it's certain to be for the benefit of most, if not all.
Bah, c'est pas qu'elle cache quelque chose, c'est qu'elle parle pas tout court.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Bon, toi, tu te sens mieux. Très bien. Donc récupération. Faut remonter l'état, hein, parce que là, critique, ça va pas le faire. Il y a lui, là. Lui, je sais pas où est-ce qu'il est. Darius... Ouais, mais c'est le vieux. Le vieux, il est plus dans sa maison. Ah, il y a Camélia là. Toujours pas parler.
Hello again, miss.
On s'en fout juste lui la moelle. Non.
Very well.
J'ai pas de nouveau dialogue.
Goodbye then.
Ah bah bravo. Non mais ça c'est Clayton, on s'en fiche. Christina Popa, notre catin comme tout à l'heure Ortès l'appelait, elle est en pleine forme. On loot les poubelles bien sûr. Barrett Lewis, on s'en fiche. Ah, ça va pas être pratique s'il me manque un PNJ là. T'es un vampire qui fait du social, c'est ça. En gros, on est en Angleterre en 1918, juste après la guerre. Une épidémie ravage Londres. Et des vampires se baladent dans la ville. Et le truc qu'il y a, c'est que les vampires se servent de l'épidémie pour camoufler le fait qu'ils tuent des gens, quoi. Et
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reid. And I'd like to ask you
Je t'explique après, je continue après.
You promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor.
No one can help me. Not even you.
Et donc ce qui se passe, c'est que donc toi tu te réveilles en plein milieu des cadavres entassés les uns les autres dû à l'épidémie. Et tu te réveilles en étant un vampire. La première chose que tu fais, parce que tu te réveilles après avoir été transformé, donc tu as super soif, tu vas mettre un coup de croc et la première personne à qui tu mets le coup de croc, c'est ta sœur que tu tues. Et suite à ça, tu vas te jurer de découvrir qui t'a transformé, pourquoi il t'a transformé, et de faire le juste milieu entre te nourrir et aider un maximum les gens. Sachant que c'est fait par les gars de chez Dontnod, donc comme pour Life is Strange, tu as beaucoup de dialogue et les choix que tu fais ont une conséquence sur le reste du jeu. La différence, c'est que celui-ci n'est pas épisodique, mais en une seule fois. Et donc, tu vois, à chaque fois, on va récupérer des indices en discutant avec les gens, ce qui va pouvoir permettre de discuter, de débloquer des situations, etc.
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy just frayed me last nerve.
Niveau santé, t'as une migraine. Ah, je traite pas encore la migraine.
Have you any news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
Not recently.
Alors oui et non. C'est que techniquement oui, je pourrais dire je bouffe tout le monde et le problème est réglé. Le souci c'est que je viens de croiser un vampire qui a l'air d'être un peu badass et un peu meilleur que moi, parce que je suis un bébé vampire, on a envie de dire. Et il m'a dit de me calmer, de me faire discret parce que sinon ça allait pas plaire aux anciens et que fallait que je fasse attention à moi parce qu'ils allaient me tomber dessus.
Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
Et si tu peux voir, donc là on a la ville, c'est Londres en fait, tout simplement. Et bon, ça c'est le côté RPG avec les armes, les arbres de passif, les arbres actifs. Donc tu as des spells, etc. Des spells de mode zombie. Tu as des armes que tu peux upgrade avec des matériaux si tu passes à des tables de craft. Et tu as un système d'investigation donc où tu vas avec les dialogues pouvoir enquêter de ces choses-là en fait. Samuel le disciple dans le cimetière, ouais, non mais ça on verra plus tard. Et donc ici en fait tu as la situation sanitaire, à savoir que plus la situation est bien, au mieux la ville se porte et au mieux au moins il t'arrivera de conneries. Donc tu vois ici c'est très satisfaisant, c'est l'endroit où je travaille, je soigne les gens, tu vois, lui il est en récupération. Lui il a un mot de tête mais je sais pas encore guérir les maux de tête, mais c'est plutôt pas mal. Et arrivé donc à Whitechapel, l'endroit où je suis, et c'est la merde. C'est la merde parce que c'était déjà au niveau santé ils étaient pas ouf. Et ce qui s'est passé c'est que j'ai mangé lui et elle, je lui ai dit d'arrêter de soigner les gens parce qu'elle faisait de la concurrence en gros plus ou moins. Et le problème c'est que du coup elle s'est fait transformer en zombie, en vampire non évolué, on va dire. Et du coup, c'est la merde. C'est très très la merde ici. Ouais, mais c'est justement, c'est un peu ton personnage qui est comme ça, à vouloir faire un peu de social, tu vois. Sachant qu'à chaque fois, tu vois, il y a une sorte de boss de la zone. Et dans notre cas présent, elle est cagneuse. Je sais toujours pas non qui m'a transformé. J'ai rencontré une personne qui m'a dit calme-toi, arrête de faire des recherches un peu trop poussées. Mais je ne sais pas qui c'est. Et là, il faut que je soigne lui. Donc lui de la bronchite. Et lui, j'ai pas encore le traitement pour la migraine. Et ce qui est bien en fait, c'est que en fait on voit la qualité du sang. C'est-à-dire que plus je vais soigner les gens, plus je vais monter leur qualité de sang. Et le jour où je les bois, je récupère donc l'XP à chaque fois. Et cet XP va me permettre d'upgrade mon personnage au niveau des pouvoirs en fait. Pouvoir que je peux upgrade mon personnage tous les soirs. Donc on va retourner à l'hôpital. Je sais pas où est-ce qu'il est le dernier, ça m'embête vraiment, mais... Alors par contre je peux manger des rats. Tu vois par exemple là il y a des petits rats. Voilà. Je peux manger les rats. Ça c'est autorisé. Ah, il est là. Attends. Mec, j'arrive, c'est toi que je cherche depuis 1 heure. Ouais, alors...
Good evening, Mr. Petrescu.
Lui, il va me faire la gueule.
What are you doing here?
I could ask you the exact same question, Mr. Doctor. Now leave me alone.
Ah, alors déjà, toi, prends quelque chose pour ta bronchite.
Do you need my help?
I would not even accept fresh water from you, Doctor. I don't need your help.
Tu prends les médicaments.
Please, take this. You'll feel better.
I said I don't want anything. But I'll keep this for those who really need it.
What do you plan to do now that Nurse Crane is gone?
I'm not sure. Strange men came to see me after Dorothea's death, with strange weapons and very odd stories.
What kind of stories?
Stories all Romanian children know. It was as if I was home again. Vampires, Mr. Doctor. Vampires.
Ce qui est plutôt bien placé, l'histoire des Roumains.
Aren't you too old to hold a weapon or listen to scary stories?
Yes, I am old and alone and will die soon, but if these stories are true, maybe I have found myself another cause.
Ce vieux là avec sa voix, il me fait penser à une série qui avait été faite par Del Toro là. Guillermo Del Toro, je ne sais plus son nom. Mais on dirait le même vieux en fait. J'ai l'impression qu'il y a une inspiration.
Are you living on the streets, Mr. Petrescu?
And why not? Those who believe they'll be safe behind walls are blind.
What about your house?
My house is always open to any poor soul needing a roof. All my work here is lost now that Dorothea is gone, thanks to you.
Ouais, c'est de ma faute, c'est vite dit.
Why are you so aggressive?
I remember the night you came here and convinced me to open my door to you, sir. I'd like to punch you right on your chops.
I heard what happened to Nurse Crane. How do you feel, Mr. Petrescu?
Everything was going well until you arrived. Dorothea helped people and will be sorely missed.
Enfin, Je préfère sauver la vampire qui est ma pote, quoi.
She was a good nurse.
So you put an end to the operation. Did you put an end to Dorothea as well?
You seem to have a lot on your chest, sir. What's wrong?
I heard you are a famous surgeon. Tell me, what did you do to Dorothea? She was so bright, so clever. Then you made her an empty shell.
I didn't use drugs or medical trickery, Mr. Petrescu. All I did was talk to Nurse Crane. I promise you.
But what happened to her then? After you left, she did not even recognize me. Then she got careless and sick, and I had to flee.
Ah! Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Oui, ça on s'en fiche. On n'aura pas plus d'infos de sa part. Donc. Ok, donc au niveau de la santé, on est bon là. Lui il est bien. Lui il est bien. Lui il est bien. Il n'y a que lui. On n'aurait jamais dû lui parler en fait. Ça va faire remonter un petit peu. Lui il est bon et lui il est pas bon. Lui je peux aller le traiter. Il pourrait être une bonne chose. Mais faut que je retourne dans les docks. Et les docks c'est tout en bas. Comment je fais pour passer? Ah, il faut que je redescende d'ici. Ouais, par ici ça va me faire passer par... Ouais, c'est par là. Et là tout droit. Ah c'est ça. Mais... Ah. Alors ça c'est malin, parce que ce micro-chargement fait qu'il va aller décharger tout ce qui est là-bas dans la rame. Histoire de nous mettre tranquille. Ouais, bon là ça pue. Alors là ça pue par contre. Non mais je veux pas me fight. Ils sont combien? 1, 2, 3. Pas de bruit. Si je passe par là, non c'est pas la solution. Ah, faut que j'arrive à descendre. Ok. Oh la droite. Ah! Attends, je suis trop loin. Ah bah tu me bloquais la route. J'avais pas d'autre choix. Voilà! J'en ai bouffé! C'est moi ou il y a un truc chelou sous le pont? On va faire comme si on avait rien entendu. Ah merde. Oh merde. Dodo. Vous m'avez pas vu, vous m'avez pas vu. J'ai pas assommé votre pote. Ah merde, toi je t'avais pas vu par contre. Bon, on va pas aller par là. Ça a pas l'air safe. Oui, là on arrive à l'hôpital.
Remorse and pain are precious when binding you to the earth. You. I remember you.
Donc ça c'est lui qui m'a transformé.
Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me this creature.
Ça a l'air d'être un ancien.
What are you? I am the land. You are our champion.
You selected me, chose me.
As shall my children yet to come.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly.
Ah, bravo.
An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
Ok. Bon, lui, il me demande...
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave.
Lui me demande de se renseigner et l'autre me dit non.
The vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity. Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
Alors, est-ce que... Non? Non? Je fais n'importe quoi? Non plus. Oula, les spawns des personnages. C'est beau. Voilà, donc là on est bien. On est bien dans la bonne direction. Ah! Ah merde. Genre, hop, discret. Quoi? Il m'a vu? Mais comment il a pu me voir? Je me suis téléporté. Ah merde, il y en a un milliard là. Ah merde, il y en a un juste là. Heureux. Il y a que la source en qualité? C'est chelou ça. On m'a pas vu. Non, 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 mais... Oh merde. Je suis pas là, je suis pas là, je suis pas là. J'ai aggro toute la map. Je peux pas me TP là-haut? Alors du coup, je suis bien dans les docks. Ça, c'est la bonne nouvelle. Ah oui, non, mais ça, par contre, ça choque personne. Je vais discuter avec tous les bonhommes. Il n'y en a aucun qui se dit « je vais peut-être pas lui parler. » Mais vraiment aucun, hein. Les mecs... Alors je cherche un mec. Doc de Limousse. Moi c'est marqué les docks en général, donc où est-ce qu'il se situe je ne sais pas. Un inconnu. Une inconnue. Tellement de gens que je ne connais pas. Mais est-ce que le mec et la meuf là... Oui, on est bien dans le bon. C'est ces deux-là. Je viendrai vous parler plus tard à vous. Là, je cherche un mec. Je vais pas trouver, tu vas voir. Encore un inconnu. Ah, là c'est d'ici que je suis arrivé. Je m'en souviens. Inconnu, inconnu. Là, j'ai fini où là? Ah ouais. Ouais, mais c'est pas par là qu'il faut que j'aille. Oulala, oulala. Non mais viens, on va pas par là, tant pis. Non mais c'est bon. Les mobs ils sont 22, je suis level 11, on va se calmer. J'ai fait un effort pour le trouver, si je le trouve pas, tant pis. Hein. Tant pis pour lui, il restera malade. Sabrina, Tom. Ah oui, je me souviens de vous, les alcooliques. Ouais. Ah, il est là. C'est toi que je cherche.
Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize me? We met a few nights ago.
Don't take it.
Oui, l'alcoolique.
I spent a lot of energy forgetting what I did the night before.
Yes, you had definitely drunk too much then as well. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid.
I'm Dyson Delaney. I'll try to remember you. This time.
Je te soigne.
Inebriation aside, do you need medical help?
Yes. I feel sicker than usual these days.
Oui, oui, oui.
Take this, then. And perhaps you could try to slow down the alcohol intake, too.
Hey, Doc, you don't really want me to stop the only remedy I can afford.
Surely you must have had dreams and expectations when you were young, like everybody else.
Sure.
Ah non, non. C'est un pur alcoolique, lui.
To really change, and a change for good. The bigger the dream, the harder the fall.
Sounds like you were an idealist, which is honorable.
No, sir. I was an anarchist and I believed that exclusive property is a robbery in nature. I wanted a new world to rise from the ashes, Dr. Reid.
Ok.
I want to know more about your past as an anarchist, Dyson.
I'm still an anarchist, Doctor. Make no mistake. I just reject violence as a tool to change the world, unlike my comrades.
Do you still see your comrades, then? Even if you don't agree with their methods anymore, I mean.
No. I hope they'll come to share my point of view one day. I'll raise my glass to that splendid idea.
Un alcoolique.
Do you believe in a bloodless revolution, then?
I do not believe in much anymore, Doctor. But I'll admit I like your idea of peaceful change. I like it a lot.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
On se reverra, t'inquiète. Bon, maintenant il faut que je rentre. Il faut que je revienne à l'hôpital. Non, toi t'es gentil, hein. Inconnu, ouais. Très bien. Ah. C'est tout fermé. Je veux rentrer chez moi. Je passe par où? Par là. Je suis venu de par là tout à l'heure. Ah mais c'est ici que j'ai aggro la moitié de la map. Ouais, de toute façon il y a peut-être un autre chemin. J'aurais peut-être pu passer par en bas et faire un dash d'un côté de la rivière à l'autre. Je vais voir s'il y a du monde là. Ah, il y a un mec sur le pont quoi. Il y a un mec sur le pont. Ah mais laisse-moi tranquille. Laisse-moi tranquille. Je vais voir si je peux faire le tour par le pont. Ah bah voilà. Ah bah voilà. Tellement plus discret. Il y a encore un mec pas très frais en bas. Oups! T'as vu personne? Chut. Ah! Bon, de toute façon il en faut bien. Ah ouais, non mais là il y en a deux en fait. Oui, du coup je suis bien là. Non, 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 je suis pas là. Laissez-moi tranquille. Mais attends, mais l'hôpital est là. Ah! Non, mais laissez-moi... Non, laissez-moi tranquille. Voilà. j'ai du mal avec les fins d'animation. Voilà, je vais à gauche. Et là, techniquement... Encore après? Oui. Hop là. J'arrive direct à mon bureau. Pratique. Seringue de stamina, c'est bon. On a toujours des trucs pour les rhumes. Donc ça, on s'en fiche un petit peu. Par contre, on n'a pas la recette. Hein. Vous allez voir avec le mec qui fait l'espèce de store en bas. Alors, on retourne voir Gary.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCallum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Ah, donc ça c'est le chef des gardes. Des mecs que je bute depuis tout à l'heure.
This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
De quoi que l'autre il nous a vu?
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
Ah. Ah. Ça c'est inquiétant. Et j'ai l'impression qu'on a un choix important. La confiance doit être restaurée. Personne ne remarquera quelques cadavres supplémentaires. Craignez-vous pour votre réputation? Non mais on va restaurer ça.
Have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere.
Ah,
the
yes.
duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Very well. I'll help you.
I know this place means something to you. I have noticed how you suppress your appetite when around the staff and patients.
You need to know you can trust me, Edgar.
I do, dear fellow, I do.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
C'est la merde.
Rest assured, I will protect you and your staff.
McCallum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
Ok. Donc je dois aller défoncer un zombie. Un vampire que j'ai pas transformé, mais je suis arrivé un peu à la bourre. Pour le sauver.
There's no other place he would go but the docks.
Ah non, il est reparti au dock. Oh le con. Tiens, j'en viens. J'en viens. On va se faire le petit upgrade, on a 1700 points. Alors. 600 points pour ça. Par contre, la morsure va commencer à piquer. La régène est intéressante. Faut que je fasse ces deux-là en fait. Alors celui-là. Oui, c'est sûr que c'est mieux, mais tu peux, on va dire, enfin, tu vas forcément mettre des points. Mais, oh, par contre, j'ai l'ulti débloqué. Tu vas forcément mettre des points là-dedans, mais si tu veux, tu ne peux te servir que des armes classiques, genre une massue, un flingue, etc. Vous perdez le contrôle et laissez la bête en vous se déchaîner temporairement. La bête fonce sur tous les ennemis autour de vous et leur inflige une puissante attaque. Vous créez un tourbillon ténébreux au pied de votre cible. Les ombres prennent vie pour interrompre un ennemi dans la zone et infliger de sérieux dégâts. Concentrez, on voit le 200 points de dégâts, 600 ténèbres, je sais pas exactement ce que c'est. Ça doit être une sorte de broc d'armure, je pense. Vous concentrez votre puissance pour faire bouillir le sang de la cible, le faisant violemment exploser et infliger des dégâts à la cible et à tous ceux qui se trouvent proches d'elle. Les deux me tentent bien. Celui-là moins, mais c'est une blague par contre. Donc il nous reste plus que 300. Non, ça c'est 600. Ça c'est 600. On a plus de... Ça c'est 600. Augmente la capacité de sang. Pas super important. On est sur du 600. Le dash fait pas de dégâts. Peut-être augmenter les dégâts de la griffe. Non, c'est 2000. C'est une blâme. « 600. Ouais, on va augmenter le 100, de toute façon. 1300. Donc, on ne peut augmenter que celui-ci. Voilà, je confirme. Alors, donc les impacts, ça c'est ce qui s'est passé. Donc du coup voilà, on a soigné Clay, et donc là on vient de monter à 99. C'est dommage que lui j'ai pas le remède, hein, parce que sinon on serait monté à 100%. Ici, pareil, on l'a soigné, donc c'est monté un petit peu. Ouais. Ouais. Maintenant on a lui, il a quoi? Il a fatigue. Ça se soigne. Fatigue, ça se soigne. Traitement pour la névralgie. Ah bah mec... Ah ça je crois que je peux rien pour toi là. Névralgie quoi. Et là c'est stable vu qu'on a rencontré personne pour l'instant. Y'a rien à piller. Je pense que ça doit être un timer et pas chaque nuit. Ça doit être un timer avant que tout se re-remplit en termes de compo. Et du coup, ouais, c'est qui est mort? Ce qui m'a dit une patiente, mais les gosses qui vont très bien. Ah, ici, il me manque 2 médecins à rencontrer. Oh, ça doit pas être quelqu'un de très important. Hein. Ah, ici, il me reste... Pipa... Ah, voilà, là. On va discuter. Qu'est-ce qui se passe avec lui, là? Attends. Comment je... Il y a un truc chelou avec eux. Et c'est quoi l'arnaque?
How can I be sure I'll not find your unconscious body in the house again?
I promise you, you'll not find my unconscious body.
For God's sake, how can you say such a thing?
How can you refuse to listen? I tried to warn you for so long.
No, I won't let my only son die. You promised me you'll stay alive.
Your son lied to you, like the whole world lies to us.
Il est un peu bizarre, hein, lui. Quoi? Non, moi je regardais par la fenêtre. Non, c'est pas vrai. Vous espionnez pas. Ah! Attends. Toi, il faut que je te parle.
Good evening, Milton. Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Ouais. Tout ça.
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
Someone killed Miss Jones in her room. And Mr. Hampton's gone missing. Doesn't take a genius to piece it together.
You don't seem shocked by any of this.
Why should I be? Whoever did this must be long gone by now. And besides, he got rid of the old bag.
Ah, c'était la vieille! Ah merde! Enfin... S'en fiche un peu, mais...
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples, just like you, come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Ben, en même temps, c'est un contrebandier,
You know,
donc...
rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running. There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reid. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Du coup, tu vends quoi? Ah, mais je peux vendre cette arme quand même. Le pistolet automatique. Tu me l'achètes 25. Et t'essaies de me le revendre combien? 113. Ah, c'est la méga arnaque, hein. faut que je regarde d'abord pour upgrade ce qu'il me faut. Genre... Si je veux l'upgrade... Ah, il me faut des compos bleus, donc je peux rien faire pour l'instant. Elle fait beaucoup de dégâts déjà, encore. Mais... Ah, les Diegeberry. Ah oui. Ah, il y a du sang là.
Oh, Jonathan. I cannot believe my eyes. Poor woman. Butchered by some savage scowl.
Voulez-vous partager ce repas avec moi? En fait, j'ai tellement envie de voir ce qu'elle va me répondre.
Jonathan, how could you say such a thing?
Forgive me if I feel despondent. For there seems to be no end to the suffering and death that surrounds us.
I'm always here for you, Jonathan.
Oui, Ascalon.
What do you know of Ascalon? I was threatened by a creature, a vampire in Whitechapel, stating I had to obey the law of conduct.
What more can you tell me about him?
Il est grand.
He was bigger than a man. Huge, in fact. He seemed to radiate violence. I thought he was going to tear me apart. Then he vanished.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon. You were fortunate he was not after you, but rather out doing his master's bidding.
What is Ascalon?
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful vampires in Britain and exert tremendous influence. Take my advice and stay well away.
Tu sens le côté où il te précise bien à chaque fois le club de Grande-Bretagne, etc. Clairement, si le jeu fonctionne, tu sens une suite genre Vampyr 2 en France ou une connerie comme ça.
I have experienced a certain difficulty when faced with holy symbols or trying to enter religious buildings. Have you?
Now that's quite a question. I don't know why, but yes, it has happened to me.
Is this a sign? The hand of God in action? Are we repellent unto heaven?
I don't have the answers, Jonathan. But I believe superstition and magic is just fact awaiting the lens of science.
Ah, très bien.
Aren't you frightened?
Very little scares me, my dear. To be compelled to avoid symbols of faith does not concern me.
Thank you, my lady. I hope to see you again soon.
Donc c'est bordel à Whitechapel à cause d'elle, en partie. Parce que du coup, j'ai voulu un peu trop l'aider. Alors. Du coup, on a un médecin connu et il y a les deux là-bas, je vais pouvoir parler avec lui. Bon, peut-être pas maintenant, mais... Eh, coucou. Mais du coup, il est déprimé, l'autre.
I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reid. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reid.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood
Mais
transfusion,
ça, tu l'as
Dr.
déjà
Reid.
dit.
I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me.
Oula,
I
lui, il est
am
vraiment
honored to have
chelou.
the opportunity to work by your side.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method.
What is yours? I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful. As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail. You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
En fait, c'est peut-être lui
What can you tell me about the
qui a défoncé la vieille.
It's always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion. You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times. I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science. Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation. True, true. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now. Do you need help with anything in particular? Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished. Do you want me to play the errand boy for you? Oh no, Dr. Reid. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need. I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
Deux petites secondes, de petite pause, j'ai le chat qui s'est jeté au niveau de la 4G. Donc je vais l'enlever de là avant qu'il me fasse une connerie que ça drop. Voilà, j'ai été le mettre dehors, au moins. Ça évitera les conneries. Bon, lui, il est bizarre. Hein.
Can you tell me anything about the recent commotion in the hospital? I'm sure it was not your fault, Dr. Reid. My fault? What do you mean? Oh, nothing. It's just... I heard it was you who brought the murderer inside our walls. But
bah non.
You couldn't know, could you?
Je pense qu'on a...
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques. Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him. What is it you really want? To save him? Or to prove your point? Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reid. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story. Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story. Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury.
Oui, C'est ce
He
que...
first claimed it was an accident. But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Ok. Ok. Je les ai tous vus là? Hein, il reste un. Ah, il est là. C'est toi le dernier inconnu.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reid? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Il est sympa, lui.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reid. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital, instead of a burden.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor.
Ouais, mais par
Even if
contre,
I,
oui.
as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
Oui, ben justement.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
Other people may say that's too conservative a point of view.
Conservative? And what are you going to say to Mr. Fiddick if he loses his arm because of the operation? Because that's what's going to happen if the surgery is a failure.
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Ok.
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
Nothing like this would have happened if we'd had enough staff and proper shifts.
So you don't think the blame is ours?
We all hold fast here, Dr. Reid. Our methods may differ, but we are all trying to make a difference.
Ah, au final, il se rend compte que je suis quelqu'un de bien.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Bon, du coup, on a rencontré tous les gens ici. On a tout le monde. Ouais, enfin... Ah! Il fallait que je la convainque de repartir, en fait. Ah! Je l'ai laissé sur place, moi. Bon. C'est pas bien grave. On va aller gérer l'autre. Ah. Ah oui. Apparemment, on passe pas. Que je prends... Non, je prends pas du tout la bonne route là en fait. Putain, mais il n'y a pas un passage là quelque part? Genre là? Voilà, qui me fait passer de l'autre côté. Et du coup non, dans l'autre sens. Ah oui!
It seems the Priwen are redoubling their patrols in the district. I must be more careful.
Je fais le tour. Et je repasse par là et je dash là. De les esquiver un peu. Toi c'est bon. Ah! Quoi? Non, non, mais... Ça pique. Saleté. Il y a ça que je voulais faire. Sur mon perso. Je voulais virer le heal et mettre la coup de griffe. Et donc ici mettre le heal. Voilà. En fait, j'aurais pas dû remonter. J'aurais dû continuer en dessous. Pas de TP. Ici que je peux TP, ce qui fait que maintenant je suis bien sur les docks et je fais le tour. Je pense que pour ce soir, je ferai cette mission-là. Retourner médecin hôpital, tout ça. Et juste après... Voilà, on arrive au doc. Alors... Donc là, il va falloir que je le trouve. Je comprends bien. Alors, rassembler des informations. Voilà, donc là, il va falloir que je discute.
Good evening, miss. I am Dr. Reid. May I ask you a few questions?
Who are you? What do you want?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor. From the Pembroke Hospital, actually.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say? I ain't paying any bill left by Clay.
I'm not here to collect payment, Miss...
Miss Edwina Cox.
Ah!
So what do you want then? Fancy buying something from me, maybe?
Ah! Déjà, t'es en bonne santé.
What can you tell me about your work?
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my wet boot boys after anyone who don't play nice with me.
Gang member and shopkeeper. Can't be easy running double shifts.
If you're interested, I may find use of a doctor who can freely walk across the city, you know.
You're quite blunt, aren't you?
I like people who know what they want and say what they think. This is a time of great opportunity for those ready to embrace their destiny.
C'est vrai.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
You can't trust anyone around here. As soon as you lower your guard, you can be sure some arsehole will take advantage of you.
Déjà, on
Can
va
I
faire
see
un
what you have to sell?
As long as you have money, I'll show you all I have.
Alors, t'as pas de recette. Tu vends que des conneries. Ça, je préfère les garder. Ah, reste là, reste là.
Hello again, Dr. Reid. What do you want?
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
The sad saint? I heard he was mugged or something.
Yes, he was. But he left hospital recently.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the homeless and the useless. Ask them, they must know something.
Ok.
Goodbye, Miss Cox.
Là, je sors de la zone. Je sais pas si...
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you?
Ah.
Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reid, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name, then?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember it.
Ah, pas très sympa, lui.
Are you some kind of vigilante patrolling these streets at night?
Something like that, but the police aren't in charge here. We are, see?
So, tell me about your gang, then.
What? Have you got a death wish? You really want me to answer that?
Well, yes. You seem so proud of your status. Why not tell me who you're working for?
Oi! I'm the boss, all right? The wet boot boys work for me. All of them. Situation round here is better than other districts because of us. Because of me.
Ok. Très bien.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
Things ain't that bad, thanks to us. We give people what they need, and we control this borough.
Well, you're not doing a very good job. People are still dying here, like everywhere else.
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time. And Edwina says if we can find more guns, we could be more efficient.
More efficient? Really? You should probably tell Edwina that guns are useless against diseases and infections.
Incredible. You know what? You're lucky she can't hear you right now. She's more smart than patient. My sweet queen of the docks.
Ouais, donc au final, il bosse pour quelqu'un, quoi.
Do you know where I can find Sean Hampton? I need to talk to him.
The sad saint. Why on earth do you want to talk to him?
He was one of my patients at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cunt. You better ask Tom Watts. He knows Sean Hampton well.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
Ok, donc maintenant on cherche un Tom Watts. En fait, c'est elle la big boss du quartier, quoi.
Mark my words, miss. These murders are the work of a vampire.
Not a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
I'm a tracker of these creatures. A vampire hunter.
You best be off to your hunting then. For if the sewer dog is back and hunting all these poor folk, he needs to catch him.
A sewer dog? What's it look like?
It's an old story. A monster with daggers for teeth and icy claws. He comes of a sudden, nighttime, claiming innocence, then vanishes.
Ouais.
Teeth, claws, murders by night? Your sewer dog is my business. He's the kind of prey I hunt, milady. Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity?
Non mais c'est moi qui pose les questions en fait.
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
A vampire hunter? Really?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not.
Dit-il en rigolant avec des yeux comme ça.
And they're close.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
What can you tell me about this neighborhood?
Did you hear about what happened to Jack Gillingham? Oh boy. It's a shame I wasn't around to protect him.
It's impossible to protect everyone. The violence seems endemic in this part of town.
But it's my duty. I am convinced Jack Gillingham was killed by a vampire. These evil rodents are spreading like a plague.
So, how exactly are you protecting these people? I'm curious.
I patrol late at night, investigating anything unusual. I try and encourage people to stay indoors.
Ah bah sympa.
People are careless.
Ne sortez plus, ne vivez plus.
How do you identify a vampire?
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
Have you ever killed one of these creatures? Yourself, I mean.
Of course I have. What kind of question is that? It's a dirty business, believe me.
Can I help in any way?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert the population to the vampire threat.
Are you asking me to paste posters about vampires around the docks?
If you wouldn't mind. If you did that, then I can focus on my patrols.
Ouais, donc en gros le mec fout rien.
Have you heard of the Guard of Priwen?
Of course. They're dedicated hunters. A little militant for my taste, but they do let anyone join.
Were you ever tempted to join the Guard yourself?
I did think about it, but I'm more of a silent hunter. They're more of a sanitary militia.
So you hunt alone? That sounds risky.
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follow certain patterns.
Et je commence à avoir faim, alors
méfie-toi. It's just a matter
méfie-toi.
of observation and patience.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me, Mr. Throgmorton?
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour. But I cannot tell you how to find it, sorry.
Really? Why is that?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there, they have plenty of reasons to hide.
I could make you tell me, but I respect your refusal. You really believe Sean is a saint, don't you?
All I will say is this. Gossip has it that when he was a child, he was molested. By a priest of all people.
Allez, le cliché.
Funny thing is, though, it only strengthened his faith.
Goodbye, and good hunting, Mr. Throckmorton.
Ah, ça c'est l'alcoolique. Alors du coup, Tom Watts serait où il est.
Good evening, Tom.
Good evening,
ah,
sir.
Kun.
How are you tonight? Back to the docks, are we?
You remember me then?
Of course I do. You're that man who seemed so lost when he entered my bar a few nights ago.
Thank you for your hospitality. I'm Jonathan Reid, by the way.
I'm still Tom Watts. Welcome back, Doctor.
How is it you can keep this place open? This part of town doesn't seem particularly safe.
Well, since everybody needs a drink, my pub is considered neutral ground by most groups.
Et ils sont tous neutres, quoi. Les lieux. L'hôpital, le bar.
I see. So you get pressure from all sides about how this place should be run, do you?
Well, something like that. Nothing that a few wise words and a bottle of gin can't solve.
Since I'm here, is there anything I can do?
Well, perhaps, Doctor. Peace partly depends on my stock of gin.
Allez, faut trouver du gin.
With the epidemic, my supplies are running low.
How could a physician help you in this matter?
I have a small warehouse just past the quarantine line. Perhaps, with you being a doctor, you could go there and come back?
Doctors aren't immune to disease, you know. Very well. Show me where it is. I'll see what I can do.
Oh, thank you, sir. Here's the key to get in. You're about to save many dry throats.
You're something of a figurehead around here.
I'm only pouring alcohol for everyone to forget their troubles. Sean Hampton is the one giving them long-term hope.
Ah, voilà. Ça tombe bien, je le cherche.
Tom, I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible. I've been told you could help me.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he leave or something?
The important thing is I find him, quickly.
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a meal or a roof there.
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here. Just follow the bank to the west and go north when you reach the end of the pier.
Oula. Oula, oula.
I believe he returned to his flock. Can you confirm that?
Oh, I bet you're right. Sean can't help but worry about the poor and sick. Oh, I guess it has something to do with what happened to him as a baby.
Please, tell me.
Well, I don't like to gossip, but I heard that the sad saint was abandoned as a baby in front of a Catholic orphanage in Dublin.
Ah ouais.
Would explain his faith and need to help everyone.
Donc il a été abandonné, violé. Et pour finir, il s'est transformé en vampire. Le mec a une vie particulière. Ok, du coup, il faut réussir, il faut retrouver le... Ici, il y a le dash. Ah putain, en plus on y a été là tout à l'heure. Ouais, donc je fais ça, prochaine à gauche. À gauche. Voilà. Ah. C'était pas par là? Si. Non. C'était pas par là. Voilà, c'est là. Eh ben c'est ici aussi qu'il y avait qu'il y avait les mobs avec un level un peu trop... Ah voilà. Voilà. On n'a pas d'autres moyens d'entrer? Non. Genre c'est le seul endroit. Ça sent le fight ça. Attends, je vais manger un rat. Venez là les rats. Histoire d'être... Voilà. Là je suis full... full sang. Le trigger. Ah non?
Seems like the guard of Freeone is on Shorthampton's trail too.
Quoi? Non mais... Non mais... Ok, mais le mec a un putain de lance-flamme. Je suis censé faire quoi? Je veux bien esquive. Mais il a un lance-flamme. Il a un lance-flamme, j'ai pas de lance-flamme. Du coup, je trouve ça un peu cheaté. Ah ouais, puis en plus, il m'a bouffé tout le sang. Oh là là, faut que je mange des rats.
I have this thirst for blood.
Viens là, viens là.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Eh, plus de rats. Bon. Genre... Pourquoi je peux pas cibler? Attends, me tape pas, me tape pas. Attends. Faut que je l'empêche d'utiliser son... Aïe! Voilà. J'ai réglé le problème.
The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast.
Je pensais pas que je l'aurais défoncé aussi, pas facilement, mais aussi rapidement. Je me suis dit que je pensais que j'aurais fait 2-3 tries. Ok, donc maintenant il faut que j'aille ici. Pas moyen de monter. Ok, il y a du monde au-dessus. Donc je remonte, prochaine à droite et après tout droit. Ah bon? Attends, je te lis et je fais n'importe quoi. Ouh, ce que j'ai pris. Ah, j'ai pris cher. L'appli mobile de Twitch, c'est pas ouf. Ah. Je ne l'ai pas utilisé, donc... Enfin, je l'ai pas utilisé depuis longtemps. Donc je ne sais pas si elle est buggée ou pas. Ah merde, il y a un mec au lance-flamme. Ok. Ah mais il faut que j'arrive à remonter en fait. Elle est là l'arnaque. Ah bah non. Ok, je peux passer par là. Non.
Please, sir. Can't let you through. Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Oh, mais il y a tellement de monde. Mais arrête de me tirer dessus à l'arbalète, toi. Ok. Ok. Ah ouais, non, ok. Si je comprends bien, il est là dans ce bâtiment-là. Ah, encore une alcoolique.